So you've hit two great shots. You're faced with a short shot, whether it's up a ramp, up an embankment, over a bunker, or just a standard little shot where you've just got to get the ball on the green. What we're looking to do is to play the shot so that you don't encounter any of those obstacles. This is also the time when the thoughts or the fears of missed hitting the shot can really kick in. So let's have a look at things that we can do that are going to help you to play this shot even better. Hi, my name's Peter Knight and I've created this channel, Peter Knight Golf, to help you play the best, in this case, short shots you possibly can. And today we're going to have a look at how you play these short little chips and pitches around the green, not necessarily ones that are just going to get the ball over the bunker for you, but just even for your standard shots. So let's have a look at some of the key things that you can do. We'll quickly go over some of the setup things, but then as the club starts to move, that's when we need to focus in on how you're sequencing, how you're coordinating your body, your arms, and the club, because it's different to a full swing. So first of all, when I'm playing the shot, this is a precision shot. It's not a power shot. So I'm going to set up differently and I'm going to move differently during the swing. When I set myself up, my feet can be quite close together because I don't need to start to use pressure shift from foot to start to generate power from my body into my arms and club. I will still feel some pressure shifting on my feet, but it's not massive. Also, I'm going to play the ball from the center of my stance because when I hit the shot, I'm looking for the very bottom of the club to just bump or brush on the ground as I swing through. When I set myself up and balance slightly with a little bit more pressure on my left foot, or whether it's even, left foot side is going to give you a little bit more stability. But if you feel much more comfortable with the pressure even, I'm happy with that. But let's have a look now at some of the key things as far as the actual motion goes. Now, if I'm going to toss this ball underarm, I'm facing my target, and as I turn through to toss the ball underarm, a number of things are happening with that throw that I want to have happen in the golf swing. First of all, when I bring my arm back, I've got a small amount of body movement. As I swing my arm through, my arm swings through and my body will work through with it. Now, there's been a small amount of movement through my knees and through my hips and through my upper body, but it's not excessive. I'm definitely not trying to keep my body still. If I keep my body still, my arms and hands are going to dominate the movement, and that's when I'm asking for trouble as far as my results go. So again, if I swing my arm through, it feels like my arm and my body are working at the same rate. Now, they actually aren't, but it feels like that. There's so much overlap between the movement of my arm, the movement of my lower body, my legs, and my upper body, that it feels like everything goes together. So when I'm swinging a golf club, even if I start with the right hand, and again, forget that you're making a golf swing type movement here, because if you've got any tendency to use your hands during that stroke, you'll do it when you make this movement. So as I'm swinging back and through, all I'm looking to do is, particularly from the end of my backstroke, is just allow my arm to fall and my body to fall. Now, as my arm falls toward impact, my body's turning toward the target and pressure is actually increasing on this foot. So as I swing through, now I've got a lot more pressure on my left foot, but I haven't had to shift my body sideways to do it. When I put two hands on the club, I'm looking for my hands to feel like they're not really doing much in the swing at all. So if there's any play at all with my wrists, it's been created by the weight of the club head swinging back and through. Other than that, there's no hand or wrist manipulation during the stroke. A couple of things that I can focus on as I swing through is that at address, both arms are actually slightly bent because they're soft and they're relaxed. When I swing the club back to here, again, arms are still softly bent and relaxed. And then as I swing through, there's no real form change with my arms at all. So as I've gone through, the bends in my left and right arm have pretty much stayed the same throughout the stroke. So when I'm practicing, I can practice keeping those bends, having a small amount of body movement as I swing through, feeling like that pressure does shift from foot to foot as I go through, and then I'm ready to play the shot. Now, once I stand over the ball, it's really easy for me to be distracted by the ball. All of a sudden, I'm going to be, or the ball, or the flight of the ball, the result of shot is going to be some sort of judgment about how well I played the shot. And this is where most golfers get caught up. So their practice swings may be fantastic, put the ball there and their attention is diverted to the ball or to potential result of the shot. So one way around that is to have a couple of practice swings and then set up to play the shot and then go immediately. So when I'm playing the shot, I'm not allowing myself to sort of freeze over the ball when I stand there, but I'm allowing myself to just keep some nice rhythm going. And again, if I'm around the green and I've got a short shot, this is with a sand iron and hitting over a bunker, but if I'm, and because I've got loft on the club, that sort of adds to the risk. So a strategic tip, when you're playing shots around the green, use the least lofted club you can get away with using. The more lofted club, the higher the risk. Of course, some shots you don't really have an option for that. And in fact, most players with this particular shot here, because I'm hitting over a bunker, I want the ball to stop reasonably quickly, they're going to play a lob wedge absolutely fine. And when you play your lob wedge, play it exactly the same way that I'm showing you to play these shots. So again, one more shot. To the pin there. So practice these shots with all different clubs, but get the feel of that motion where it feels like everything almost goes together. It is definitely not locked together. Practice the feel of the underarm throw. Do the same motion with one hand on the golf club, your right hand, and then put both hands on, recreate that same motion, step in, and then play some shots.